Welcome to Orange County Power Players, where we spotlight the personal, professional, and financial success stories of OC's top leaders. Here's your host, Danny Flores.
Hi, Peggy. It's so nice to have you here on our first podcast that we're putting together. For the audience, so you guys know, Peggy started her first business at 11 years old, delivering TV guides. If any of you remember the TV guides, there were little books. That's a long time ago, Peggy, but I remember those. We're kind of dating ourselves. She also worked in restaurants, retail, garment industry, Macy's, Herald Square, also costuming at Macy's, Thanksgiving Parade. Peggy has also rehabbed multifamily, was a lender, invest in self-storage, multifamily industrial shopping centers, office buildings, repositions properties in different areas of the U.S. She's a graduate of Cal Poly Pomona, where she started her first annual one-act play contest, which continues to this day as a highly sought out after the local high schools there for education. And most of all, and best of all, she's always ready to cruise somewhere, anywhere in the world, or host a party. Peggy, welcome to our show. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you for inviting me. This is a lot of fun. Yep, I'm always ready for a cruise. Actually, I just booked one, so yes, I have a second one I'm booking also.
Where are you going this time?
It's time to play. I'm going to do my first river cruise over in, I'm going to do a K-Jazz. I don't know if I love jazz, and on Saturdays and Sundays they play swing. And I love swing also. It's just lively music. So I'm going on a K-Jazz river tour through Germany, France, and Switzerland.
Nice. Nothing like working hard and playing hard, right?
That's right. Well, I don't know about the playing card. The whole idea is to relax.
Right.
Relax.
Yes, right. So you work hard and then you stop and then you go on your cruise and just have a good time.
That's right. You got to take some time for yourself. And I haven't really been doing that for the last 10 years. I've really just put my head into this business because it's done so well. And it's all about helping other people, which is why we're here.
Right. So tell us a snapshot of your business and what you do and how you help other people.
Okay. Yeah. So we're all about investing in commercial real estate for ourselves. And I thought, okay, well, I've met some really great sponsors, you being one of them, Danny, and we will love working with you, and met several others. And I thought, well, I'm looking for a place to put my money and I'm building my retirement. Why don't I teach and take other people with me along for the ride? So I started this business about 12 years ago, and we've got not a lot, but a couple hundred people that have started taking the ride with us, and they're building the retirement. And they're doing more than that. I mean, we've had people come in and say, I just lost my job. I'm looking for cash flow. Do you have a cash flow place to put my money? And we go around and look for things that work for people. But 99 to 100% of it is all about the sponsor, the people that have the long years of experience. Like you, Danny, you've got all these great years of experience, and you have this great record of doing what you say and saying what you do and following through on all of that. And that is the most important part. When people don't follow through, when they think that they've got something, but they haven't done their due diligence properly before they close, or they put a bad loan in place before they close, they put their investors at risk. And I feel like it's my job to protect investors from things happening, and things do happen, even though you've done all of that. So having the experience is the most important part, as far as I'm concerned, because my money's in there too, right along with you.
Right.
Yeah, so we empower people to build their wealth consistently by passively investing in commercial real estate. What we have found is most people don't know enough about how to invest or what's the right thing to invest. And most people haven't even created a plan. They're just like, oh, well, we heard real estate's good. You got to do more than that. So we've actually just started something new. We've just put a mastermind together to work with families, multi-generational families, because you really need to start teaching your children when they're about 3 years old about money, because they get it. I mean, they even ask you to teach them about money when they say you're at the grocery store, they go, I want that
Right,
toy, right? That says, Mom, Dad, tell me about money because I want that toy. Because
right.
they don't even know money's required, because you go to the grocery store, put stuff
Yeah,
in your basket, right? And then you go through this aisle, put it in
right.
bags and go to your car. They didn't know there was a money exchange or any of
No,
that. So,
no. Yeah,
oh my God, they get it right away. They have to learn, they have to earn the money, right?
yeah, no, they do. They do. I have 4 children, and when they were little, they would say, "Hey, can you buy me this?" And they'd say, "Hey, just use that little card." They had
Oh,
no idea money was going back and forth, and you had to sit down and say, "Listen, that little card at the end of the month, we get a bill. Then we have to go to our checkbook where we have to have money in the account to be able to write that check and pay that bill off."
uh-huh.
So in the beginning, they don't know how that works till they start seeing it and you start teaching them. And then as they get older, like I had one of my boys not too long ago say, "Hey, I just put $70 of gas in my truck." He goes, "That's a lot of money." I said, "Yeah, that's right. That's what I paid." So you have to learn how to, your work money is an exchange of your time, and then that makes them think of how they're going to choose to their career, their profession, and also investing. Like you said, you're starting them off young. You have this mastermind that you put together to be able to teach the children, or even teach parents how to teach the children, because as parents, nobody teaches us how to teach them. So we kind of
Guess
have to
what?
figure it out, right? Yeah,
I'm writing a book. It should be out by the end of the year, and it's a basic book for parents to read with their children.
yeah,
It's like only 30 chapters, so that's 30 days, and there's a little action and additional information. Yeah, so how do you help the world move forward? Do
right,
everything
right.
you can to
And
help
then
them.
that's great that you're bringing in investors and giving them a platform to be able to multiply their money, make their money work for them while they have their 9 to 5 job, or maybe even if they don't. It's like a boost that they can get, and to be able to get better returns, I would imagine. And I know on my end, the returns that we get in real estate are above what the stock market can provide, aside from the tax benefits, if you're able to use them from the depreciation. So it's not just money growing, but it's tax benefits that's reducing your tax liability.
Right, on whatever you're earning as a limited
Yes,
partner. Oh,
yes.
yeah, that's one of our chapters, actually.
Wow, that's good. Yes, yes, yes. You got to let us know when that book is done so we can promote it, and so that we can read it as well. And maybe we can learn something from it.
Okay,
Yeah, that would be
great.
great. So another question is, there's a lot of competition in the industry for groups like yourself. What sets you apart, and what makes it challenging for you to be able to deliver to the investors, or even to find more investors?
Well, actually, I don't know that we have a lot of competition. I haven't met anyone who's not raising for their own deals. We're independent, so we
Hmm.
don't work like, we're not part of your GP team. We're a separate company, we're a corporation.
Hmm.
Um, and I haven't met anybody that's not raising for their own deals. And so that makes a huge difference. We're
Okay.
arm's length. Somebody says, like, we know how you put your deals together, and you do offer cash flow, but it might be 6 or 8 months down the line. So when
Hmm.
somebody says, I need cash flow now, where do we put somebody? And then you say, well, and I talked to somebody the other day, and she said, well, I don't need cash flow right now. I'm like, okay, so that opens us to other opportunities that are out there, like what you have. She
Hmm.
can come
Hmm.
into yours, and then when she gets the cash flow, that's fine with her because
Right.
she doesn't need it
Right.
today. So having that conversation about what's important to the person is it. Really, you can't build your
Right.
portfolio if you don't know where you want to go. And the competition, see, we don't look at any of it as competition, because we think how you do yours is very different than how other people do theirs.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you're very experienced, which eliminates about 90% of the
Wow.
people out there because they're young.
Mhm.
They charge a lot of fees. They don't know what they're doing. They're putting bad loans in place. I'm unhappy about that, sorry to say. And I've seen a lot of my friends who never talk to me about what putting their money into anything, but call me after they say there's a capital call, and they're going into foreclosure. What could they do? So
Right.
it's too late.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yes, it's the sponsor, the operator that is key. It's like having an experienced sponsor can make a bad deal go good, while an inexperienced sponsor can make a good deal go bad. And it's the experience, understanding the cycles, understanding the macroeconomics, the microeconomics of the neighborhood, of the city, of the state, understanding the population growth, understanding the job supplies. I mean, there's just so much that goes on in trying to say, okay, this is a deal that I want to pursue. One, and then having the right team to execute on that business plan, which is super important, right? If you're doing renovations, staying within budget and staying within your timeframes is key, because you have lender covenants. There's so many things that go on and that you have to track on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. And there's small tweaks that you make along the way to stay on track, not spending too much, making sure you're communicating with the contractor, making sure you're picking the right contractor that can do your renovations on time, right? That is key. On time and on budget.
Yep.
And having everything detailed in your contract, what type of cabinets, type of faucets, types of sinks, your cabinet pulls, your light switches, your light fixtures. And that's just experience. Like for me, I was in the building industry, so it's so much easier for me to navigate that, to
Oh,
talk to the
good.
contractors, to set up our contracts, to execute on them. And then you have to have your leasing team behind you in place to be able to deliver on that cash flow and deliver to your investors, because they're number one, right? You bring in your investors in, you want to partner up with a group that's going to take care of those investors, because it's your reputation and your company that's on the line. You want them to be successful so they have money to reinvest somewhere else and continue that money to grow.
I have two questions out of that. Well, one's a comment. So what I like to look at when I do the due diligence is I like to look at the underwriting on
Mhm,
what the expenses are to do the rehab. So I
mhm,
can see if that looks reasonable.
mhm.
That makes sense because we've been in this fluctuation of things have been very expensive, and now we're starting to come back to having production. But I don't know, in a restaurant, I'm paying $20 for breakfast now where I used to pay 8. So we'll see
Right.
about that. But my other question is, it's about you doing you brought up the leasing company. So you're rehabbing your units.
Mhm,
So you're buying something that's what, we'll just say 10% or 15% vacant. So you have a
mhm.
few vacancies. So you go right in and clean up the vacancies first, right? Get those
Yes,
rehabbed.
we'll take care of the vacant units first.
And then when is the leasing company, is the leasing company working from the get-go or what?
yes.
Tell me more about how that works.
So what we like to do, let's just say it's a building over 100 units.
Okay.
And usually when you buy, you're going to get some vacant units. Then you're
Yeah.
going to get some people that are nervous that are going to move out. So you're going to get a group of vacant units. So right out of the gate, what we'll do is we'll renovate all those units. We're going to make one of those units a model.
Okay.
We're going to furnish it, whether it's a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom. If we have enough, we might do a 2 bedroom and we might do a 1 bedroom. But either way, we furnish it. And so the leasing team starts leasing right away. So they're
Please.
pre-leasing basically is what we're working on, so that they can fill those units. And we have the management company at the same time working with the next batch. So basically, we're looking for units that are not on leases or that are getting their leases expired and moving tenants out. A lot of times, like the last one we did, we actually had 83% of our tenant base stay in the building. So we're literally moving from their old units to the renovated units.
So is that easy for you to do, moving people from, they say, yes, and I'll pay the new rent? I'm presuming they have to pay the new rent.
Right.
And what do you do to have them moved? Do you like bribe them with, we'll come in with our manpower and move you, or how do you handle that?
You know what? We haven't had to, maybe you can call it a type of a concession to have movers there to help them move. They've done it on their own, but that's a really good question, because I asked our leasing team, like, what's the secret sauce to maintaining and keeping so many units? One response from the tenants was that they liked the community. They liked their neighbors. They liked the community. So they don't want to move on. So that means you're doing a good job as a management company and taking care of your tenants. The other thing that our leasing team told us was customer service. Big time. Take care of the tenants, talk to them, be accommodating, help them do whatever they have to do, get them in early, get them out early, be flexible. So
and let them know what's going on, right?
Right. You work with your tenants. And so I think with the customer service, providing a good community, providing a good product, why would they want to go anywhere else? Because if they're going to go somewhere else, they're going to pay the same price. They don't know who their neighbors are, and they're not getting a brand new unit. That's the other thing, right? They're getting a brand new unit. And who doesn't like new and shiny things, right?
And do you put like washer dryer hookups in it?
On some of them we do.
On some of them,
when it's cost effective to be able to do that, then we'll do it. Sometimes it's not, and it doesn't make sense. It makes it easier to rent, to have washers and dryers in the units. The competition a lot of times has it. But if you don't have it, then it could be a little bit harder. You do lose some potential tenants as new ones are coming in that want washers and dryers, and they won't rent with you. But then you take care of your laundry room, give them a good laundry room so that they can do their washing and the drying. And then that way you don't lose them for that. I mean, it's kind of, they still have to walk a little bit, but there's only so much you can do with that.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, when you're buying something already built.
Yes.
So now when they're building, when people are doing new construction, I presume are naturally putting the washer dryer hookups in.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
Why would you not? Right? People want it. If it's a new product,
you could throw your stuff in the morning to wash, and when you get home at night, you could throw it in the dryer.
Right. Exactly.
They used to, I don't know if you know this, but Sears and Roebuck, who was famous for everything, including sending you a house and a kit, used to have a washer dryer 1 unit. And when I was in Dubai, they have a washer dryer 1 unit. So it's still out there, just not here in the United States.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Sears. Are they still around? Because they used to be really big back in the day.
They're gone.
Yeah, it's funny, it's like a cycle. It lasts so many years, and then somebody new comes in with a new idea and better service, better products, better whatever. And
yep, they got lots of competition, and they had expanded into other areas. And what they did was they shut down the other areas which were profitable. And then anyway, I just read an article about what happened with Sears, which is too bad. We were all brought up with it. But what I love, and one of when I was playing broker and representing one of the owners came to me to list their property, and it was a kit. It was a Sears and Roebuck kit that they built back. That was built back in the 20s or
wow,
used to 30 somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
God.
So Peggy, if somebody, so you help investors invest. If somebody wants help, how do you attract them, and how do they get a hold of you, and to be able to give them that opportunity for the deals that you have access to?
Well, get on our list and they'll get the deals we have access to. We have a weekly show, which you have been on a few
Mhm.
times to present
Yes.
your opportunities. That's every Tuesday
Mhm.
at 2 p.m. Pacific at the nestingbuildershow.com. And then we do things on LinkedIn and Facebook.
That's 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right?
Put whatever it happens to be at the time.
Uh-huh.
Right now it's 2 p.m. daylight time. Then when
Okay.
we hit October, whenever they change it, November, then it'll
Mhm.
go to standard. So, but it's
Mhm.
always 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
And let's see, then we post on YouTube. Everything's posted on YouTube, and then we've got
Mhm.
our website. And here's the QR code if you want to come get a hold of me, sign up and let me know that you'd like to have a conversation, and we'll set up a conversation.
Okay. Okay. So give us another little tidbit about yourself. What is your biggest challenge? What are the biggest challenges you've had to overcome in your career, and how did you do that?
I don't know, I've had so many careers. And I was in the corporate world for a lot of years, and you get to a point where they don't listen to your ideas. My ideas usually have been a little crazier than most people's, but I, it's not like I approach somebody and say, oh, try this. I give them a plan, and a lot of them aren't interested. I just leave, I walk. I can't be around that. But right now, I would say is the biggest challenge. When COVID hit, we
Mhm.
pivoted we were already on Zoom. We were already nationwide. What happened were the IRA companies started coming online on Zoom. And so we
Mhm.
started attending all of them. And a lot of our business came from the IRA companies, which was really great. And
Mhm.
now people want to be live again. So it's more of a challenge, plus the distressed position.
Mhm.
So all we could do is just continue marketing
Right.
and look at one day at a time and help those that want help. I mean, one of the things is like, okay, I want to support people and them getting where they really want to be. But if they don't want it, what are you supposed to do for people that don't want it?
Right. Right.
I'm on Facebook and people could join either my personal, or they could come into the Nest Egg Builder and make
Mhm.
comment and
Mhm.
say that they want an appointment. And people
Yeah.
don't do that. And I'm sorry about that. And we post what we have available
Yeah.
on the site, because if
Yeah.
it's accredited investor, which a lot of people don't even know what that is,
Right. Right.
because I think all of your opportunities are accredited.
Correct. Yes, they all accredited.
Yep. So you have to be an accredited
Mhm.
investor, and people need to learn what that is.
Mhm.
Really important, which I'm
Well,
sorry about.
maybe that's a good reason that they can have to reach out to you, and maybe you can explain to them the difference between accredited and non-accredited, and
Right.
how
And
that allows them to invest in the type of deals that they can invest.
yeah, it's just too bad that SEC has set up something that doesn't work for the majority of people. All you need to do is be knowledgeable and know how to do your due diligence and have
Right.
some
Right.
some money to invest. Having to have $1 million of
Yeah.
assets, of equity in assets, is crazy.
Yeah.
Why is
Well,
it
they're
like
talking
that?
about increasing that amount too. I've
Yeah,
heard
and they're
talks
talking
about
about
that.
increasing it when 99%, 97% of Americans can't get $1 million of equity because you can't
Right.
even count your own home.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they're the rules. We got to follow the rules, and kind of
I
try to
don't like following the rules.
use the deals that
I
are
would,
available for the group that are able to.
yeah, I want to change the rules, Danny. I want to change the rules
Okay,
so
we're
they,
gonna vote for you, Peggy. Or you gotta
yeah,
run. All right. Well, looks like you're doing so much wonderful things to be able to provide deals for investors. Looks like you're doing a great job, even though it's a struggle sometimes. It's not always uphill, but you've been in it long enough. You know how to fight the battle, you know how to keep it together and keep moving ahead. It's sometimes it's harder, sometimes it's easier, but at the end of the day, You always deliver for your investors, and that's awesome. What do you have? Any exciting plans you have or initiatives for between the next 6 to 12 months that we can look forward to?
Besides my cruises.
Yes, yes, exactly, right. I mean, those are probably on top of the list.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, actually, one of the cruises I'm doing next year is with my mastermind group, so that'll be good. So I continue in the mastermind. We continue our marketing. We're actually not going to be working with everybody who's got deals, which we don't anyway, but we're going to stick with the few people we do have that are tried and true. Too
Mhm,
many deals have gone upside down.
mhm.
People have not kept their word on things. Watching my friends lose their money, and we've got somebody that just brought something to us and they're buying a distressed property, and all those people that put their money in it, they're going to lose it at this closing.
Right.
It's bad, right? They put their money into it and now they're gonna get nothing back.
Right.
That's
Well, that's I guess that's what you like to do is try to be a good gatekeeper for your investors and try to kind of sift through the good operators and bad operators. Sometimes it's a learning process. Sometimes it's just the economy that hurts, the interest rates that went up.
yeah,
Nevertheless, I'm sure moving forward, you're kind of keeping a closer eye on that, picking the people you choose with a little bit better, or just sticking with the guys that have more experience that can carry through. Right.
right, like you.
Um, Thank you. Thank you, Peggy. We try. I mean, we've been doing it for a long time. We've seen multiple cycles, multiple times, and you kind of learn, kind of always be safe, right? Be safe with
Yeah,
your loan, be safe with
yeah, and things change.
capitalization, and yes, so many things that go
And
into it.
you have to work with whatever's changing. And
Right.
we went through COVID and things changed and we
Yeah.
all made it through COVID just fine. And you guys did really, really well through COVID. That
Thanks.
did
Thanks.
not stop investing. Actually, for some reason, that was the best couple of years for investing.
Yeah.
And
Was good.
but the interest rates, right? So now
Yes.
they're very,
Yes.
very different. They're actually the opposite, and distressed properties are out there. So all those people that are sitting on their money or sitting on their thumbs,
Mhm.
there's so many distressed opportunities right now that people could invest in
Right.
that could be out there. And I see that happening for the next year or two.
Right.
And we are in a down cycle and people don't
Yep.
realize
Yep.
how a down cycle works. So we're in a
Right.
down cycle. We're going to see more distressed properties and we're
Right.
going to see that's what we call opportunities,
Right, exactly,
right?
exactly. Right. You got to capitalize on those, step in and provide a good product for our investors to invest in, basically.
That's right. So you
Yes.
keep doing the good work you're
Thanks.
doing. We love what you do.
Thank you. We'll keep moving forward. Absolutely. And
Yep.
have fun while we're doing it, right? Got to have fun. Don't forget to have fun.
I'm having fun. I know we probably got off subject because I love talking about real estate. I'm
Right.
sorry to say, in one sense, well, real estate's my life. I love it. I've been investing for like 40 years. I've been in the business for that long.
Yeah.
And to me, it's exciting and it's boring. I love being a boring investor. Just put
Right, because
money in.
boring is doing exactly what it's supposed to do.
That's
No
right.
excitement. And that's what we want to deliver for our investors.
Yep. No excitement, please. Just have those
Yeah.
checks keep coming.
Keep it simple. Keep it
Well,
simple,
and
right?
it's even better now, you used to have to go pick up your checks at the post
Yeah.
office or wherever.
Now they're done electronically.
It's all
Yeah. It's like,
electronic, so you could be off on your cruise ship, right?
yeah, money just appears in your, used to be called mailbox money. Now, I don't know what you want to call it now, but it just automatically goes into your bank account.
Yeah, ACH money.
There you go. There you go.
We'll have to come up with a, whatever you call that for ACH. That could be fun.
Right. Right.
Active, uh,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
something.
Well,
And
Peggy, thank you so much for taking the time and being in our show. Thanks so much for the insights you have provided us. What is the easiest way for someone to get a hold of you if they want to get a hold of you? One more time, please.
Oh, the easiest way is to click on the QR code, or you can always find me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's my specialty. I love LinkedIn. So Peggy Beauregard on LinkedIn or Facebook. I'm also there, and the Nest Egg Builder. or you can email me at peggy@thenestakebuilder.com.
Very good, Peggy. Thank you so much for being here. And if anybody wants to reach out to you, you gave them more than one different way they can do it.
Thank you very much. It's been fun.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening to Orange County Power Players. Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at ocpowerplayers.com/guest.